to note our recommendation in this regard. Yanceville High School, finding B read with K and J. The hostel building needs major renovations. K, there's an allegation that this school was allocated 4.1 million rands in 2014 for upgrading of this hostel, but there was nothing that was done. The hostel condition is in a very bad state. Our recommendations for these findings are as follows. For K, the department must conduct forensic investigations with regard to those funds and report back to the committee within 30 days after the adoption of this report. The department must investigate the discrepancies of funding this hostel for far less than expected. Let's go to WJG Olifieri Primary School. A, finding A, there are leakages from the top of the roof. H, there's a challenge with availability of water and there are no water tanks. I, during a committee visit to this school, there was a TB outbreak, and it is alleged that it is due to lack of water. The school was locked as from 15 to 20 of September 2023 due to TB outbreak. Of course, that was our recommendation as the committee. We would like the House to note our recommendations in this regard. Johnson Ngqongqoza High School, finding F, there are LSIN learners at this school. H, the school is old and needs major renovations. Grade 8 and 9 performance is very poor. L, the committee recommends or commends good cooperation working together of the management staff was visible. The spirit of the cooperation and inspiration of the principal was visible. Msobomvu Full Service School, finding C, there are learners with no birth certificates, similar to Yanceville Primary. G, computer laboratory is not functional due to the fact that software needs to be updated, and the district office is aware about this. L, DBE workbooks that were delivered were not for all subjects, e.g. maths for grade 4 to 7 still outstanding. N, which is a positive finding, parents of this school are forming part of attempts to root out the use of drugs. I hope that, to you, Speaker, the House has to applaud those parents. Thank you so much.
You can do better than that. That is what the Honourable Chairperson is asking. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. We'd like the House to note the recommendation in this regard. Go to general findings. There's still a shortage of non-teaching staff in the majority of schools and hostels visited by the committee. There's a shortage of works inspectors in this district. There's a shortage of stationery and textbooks in some schools that were visited by the committee. In some of the schools visited by the committee, grades 8 and 11 are performing very bad. There's massive shortage of classrooms in some schools, which resulted to overcrowding of classes. There's still a shortage of furniture for learners and educators. There are schools that are still faced with improper kitchen facilities. Learners are faced with societal challenges like substance abuse, crime, pregnancy, and hurting families, and that disturbs them psychologically and affects the learning process. There are still schools which do not have proper fencing, and as such, those schools are exposed to burglary, vandalism, and unsafety of educators as well as other workers. And as such, those workers are robbed whilst in school premises. Some service providers continue to deliver inadequate stationery, which is also not in good quality, to schools, and that negatively affects teaching and learning. grade R learners are not part of school admissions and they are not funded. In other words, when you calculate the number of learners for norms and standards, those figures for grade R learners are not included. The infrastructure in some schools and hostels is very old, dilapidated, and not conducive for teaching and learning. The principal of Glenubuze Senior Standard School, Mrs. Goya, the principal of Glenubuze Senior Standard School, I just want to request not to mention the name, is sick
Honorable Member,
and not fit to be at work.
just to remind you, you have got 4 minutes remaining.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. There seems to be one service provider that delivers food to hostels in the province. There are 2 high schools that did not comply with the rationalization process. In many schools visited by the committee, use of drugs is very rife. There's infrastructure challenge on hostels of boarding schools. Many of them are dilapidated. The high admissions of learners by schools result to teacher-pupil ratio not met and low morals to educators. Number of educators are skewed to certain racial groups. Staff is more white when you compare it to the number of learners. Msobomvu Full Service School is a well-managed school by the family principal, Mrs. Goya. We'd like the House to note all the recommendations that we've made. And with that, we'd like to thank all members that were part of the visit, officials of the department, as well as all stakeholders and our staff, our support staff. Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you so much, Honorable Saziwe, and your members from your portfolio committee. I think this is the only portfolio committee that is actually full house. You can give them a round of applause. Yes, well done. We are now back to the community engagement. Due to the time constraints, we need to be innovative. Please take note. I will call out and start again with Blue Crane. Please note, I am only going to allow every member of the community to only pose 2 questions or seek clarity, but only twice, if that is the correct way of putting it. Please don't go longer than that, because I will have to stop you even mid-sentence. Some of you really do take long just to pose those questions, but we have been patient with yourselves. Blue Crane. U Mali, J Olifant, W Lawrence, A Kamina, N Gogo, A Baskiti, in that order. Those are the members from Blue Crane Municipality that will speak on education. First one. In no particular order. You will please introduce yourself. Baie kortliks, wie is u? En dan gaan na die vraag toe. Baie dankie.
Okay, manithatha lithuba ndibulise kuMadam Speaker naye wonke umuntu lapha ngaphakathi ngegama kaYesu Kristu Nkosi yethu, amen. Umnandi ngu-Unathi Mali, ngo-Ward 1 under uCouncillor Baskiti. I-challenges zethu apha umhlali ngaphambili ezinye bese security and access control, no washmen ebusuku, no caretakers. Grade R learners that are not calculated in the learners enrollment, but practitioners are included in PPN. Okay, bese ibambile lino umhlekazi. Dithi ke ngoku enye. No multiracial high school for children who are attending the multiracial primary school eKukaus.
Nkosi Tata, thank you. Those are your 2 points. Thank you so much. Next one.
Goeiemôre almal hierso, nie is. My naam is Jason Olifant, Errowville Ward 2. Net een vraag aan die MEC. Wanneer word die primêre skool gebou op Errowville? Dankie.
Ngandibulisa nam Wiseman lo waka Lawrence ka Ward 3 Blue Crane under Councillor Utyanki. Madam Speaker, zininzi but kodwa again ndizaba short. One, mandingene kule nto ye acting ye principals kunye netishara. Acting principals ziya actor but azifumani imali. Okwesibini netishara sinazo ziyafumaneka kodwa ke ingxaki pha kwezi tishara azipeyi zipeya after because ezi tishara ziqeshwayo umzekelo zisuka mhlawumbe eBhayi zisuka eMonti zifika apha esikolweni azinamali because azipeyi zipeya kade. Okugqibela
Kosi Tata, thank you. That's your second one. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ndingu Ntombomzi Ustofil Dimelu Mamugogo. Ndi kwa Ward 5 Blue Crane. Zimbini ezam. Sinabantwana abazilow learners. Esingathandi into yobana kubekho i-special care for bona. Ngoba kaloku ixesha otishara bethu abanalo leli loba mabafundise ngokubona bathatha kade, so asithandi ke nathi ba mabafeyile abantwana bethu. Okwesibini zi-drugs nento yonke ebithethwa, esicela into yobana kubekho i-safety patrollers ezikolweni, otherwise iyawuba bhetele imeko yezikolo.
Nkosi ma. Thank you.
Good afternoon of good morning.
As goeiemiddag, good
Goeiemiddag.
afternoon.
Pearson, ek is woord voor aan die Kamer. Dus mijn speaker is net 2 vrae, maar ek het 5.
Net 2, jy kan nie anders by die petisie desk gaan sit, né?
Lukang is a primary school, Pearson, niet infrastructure and maintenance is fencing. Pearson secondary school, shortage of teachers and the pass rate is very low. Thanks.
Baie dankie, mevrou. That's all from Blue Crane. Then we have Dr. Bayes Nodia, Pamela Mgazi, Henry Kemp, Alfred Panis, Alfred Aris, Ellen Pase, Sivu Tanda, Bongiwe Daus, Henry Blau, Mr. Graham, Christo Williams, Akona Ninjagane Ngane, and Alfred Grootboom. First one, can we please proceed? Only 2 questions, net 2 vrae.
Ndibulisa kuNdlunkulu nomzi wonke olapha. My name is Pamela Mgazi under Ward 1 Aberdeen. The challenges that we gathered is that please speed up the process of special school which was approved by education. The second one is we need a desk for social worker there at schools because the children, they don't know where to run to when they've got problems like mental health and social health. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well done, Ms. Mgazi. Second one?
My naam is Henry
Can
Kemp.
we just hold on?
Sorry.
Yes. We as members, please do not move in front of the speakers. Yes.
Geachte speaker, my naam is Henry Kemp. Ek is van 'n klein dorpie so 56 km hier vanaf. Ek wil net vra dat ons het 'n skool daar, Letty de Klerk. Die skool staan nou meer as 40 jaar. Daar is asbestos teenwoordig teen die mure van die skool. En dan die pilare onder die skool, staalpilare en die pavers onder die pilare begin al breek en as jy in die skool stap in die gebou self, dan beweeg die skool amper asof jy op 'n boot is. So ek wil vra dat die minister daar moet aandag aan gee. Die tweede punt wat ek wil maak is dat ons het senior leerlinge wat na ons hoërskool toe kom hier op Graafrenet, Spandau. Onze leerlinge, meeste 80% van onze leerlinge ontvang 'n social grant en die transport na Graafrenet en terug is R160 per leerling. En ek wil graag hê dat die MSC moet kyk om vir ons 'n subsidiering te kry vir ons kinders. En baie van onze jong mense los die skool as gevolg van die ouers wat sukkel om daardie toelaag vir die transportation te betaal. So ek vra u samewerking. Baie dankie.
Baie dankie meneer.
Goeiemôre, Madam Speaker en die hooggeplaastes. Ek is Aries en nie Pannies nie. Daar is 'n Pannies in Graafrenet, maar ek is Aries. Ek sou nou Engels praat, maar u het my nou deurmekaar gemaak met Aries en Pannies. Madam Speaker, I'd like to start with an old principle of physical education. Some people would know about physical education long time ago because I'm a physical education teacher. The principle is a child must be educated in totality. In totality. As ek dan nou verder wil gaan, verwys ek na houtwerk, naaldwerk, huishoudkunde wat weg is uit die onderwysstelsel. All skills that is gone with the river. I don't know which river is still flowing in South Africa, but the Sundays River is not flowing anymore. Skills development. En as ons kyk na ons uitslae van ons skole, dan is 'n tegniese skool die antwoord hier in ons kontry. Skills development. Ek het 2 kleuterskole in my wijk, in wijk 4, en 1 hoërskool, Spandau Hoërskool is genoem, sy saak is op papier. Ek sit hier met 'n laerskool, Kroonwyl Laerskool se probleme, dat gaan ek afgee. Maar ek sit met die 2 kleuterskole, Kroonwyl en Weppie Preppie. Kroonwyl pre-primêre skool se kindertjies is in groot gevaar. Ons kan nie ons kinders in sulke gevaarlike omstandighede van hulle huise af laat kom onder toesig nie. Weppie Preppie se probleem is 'n rioolpyp wat afkom langs die skool en aanhoudend word hy geblokkeer. En dit is 'n gesonde toestand vir ons kinders.
Baie dankie meneer Aris. Dankie.
Afternoon, Madam Speaker. This is Ellen Passe from Ward 5. The 2 points I want to state is that at our schools, there are no sports and recreational facilities. At our black schools, actually. If you go to Spandau, there's nothing whatsoever for that. I'm sure that also creates the failure of the kids. There is a shortage of learning equipment and materials and extramural activities. This will help us in our results if we can concentrate in those things. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you so much.
My name is Sivuyile Tanda, and I'm from Ward 6 in Tetok not here. I've got 2 points here. I'm going to be short. The Department of Education should provide transport for learners. Many parents receive grants from the government, and they can't afford to pay for transportation as children walk far distances to school. And we've got 2 old schools here that were built in 1983, Tembalasizo and Nweba High School. The infrastructure of the schools is old and needs upgrade. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you.
Goedemiddag, Madam Speaker. Ik is Meirin Grootboom van Ward 8, Bavians Kloof. Ons het een probleem met een graad onderwijzer. Als gevolg van die feit dat
Mevrou Grootboom, kan u net die mic voor u mond hou sodat ons u kan hoor duidelik. Baie dankie.
Als gevolg van die feit dat die graad onderwijzer klaargemaakt het, afgetreden. In die graad 1, juffrou moest toe die kinders accommoderen, maar niet op een vrijdag. Kon sy nie verder dat doen nie. So ons graad 1 kinders is huidiglik by die huis. En nou kom my kinders so, moet hulle nou graad 1 begin as hulle net so van die huis afkom. So dit is 'n aanvraag van ons Bavians Kloof vir 'n graad 1 onderwyser. Want onderwysers is al reeds oorlaai. Hulle het dubbelklasse. Huidiglik is hulle net 4. En dan is daar 'n transportprobleem wat in Junie het die DOT in die skool het gesit dat oor betalings van operateurs en as nog steeds operateurs wat klaar dat hulle betaal word, wat maak dat dit vir hulle onmoontlik is om service te deliver. En dan was 'n toilette projek geloods deur DBE en ander belangstellendes, maar dit is huidiglik gestop. En daar is 'n nodigheid vir toilette en daar is eens wasbakke by die skool. Daar is 2 tipe. Die een is nie in werkende orde nie, die een kan die kinders gebruik en dit is ook 'n aanvraag.
Baie dankie. Baie dankie mevrou. Baie dankie.
Goeiemôre, Madam Speaker.
Goeiemiddag, mevrou.
Goeiemiddag, althans. Ek is een solse van Jansenville, Ward 11. Ek gaan nou die 2 punte noem wat vir nou op die oomblik, ek gaan nie sê is die belangrikste nie, maar het is nou maar die heel bo. Anders is net so belangrik. By ons, al 3 skole van Jansenville, Ward 11, is daar net 1 by elke skool 'n general worker. Die ander tweede ene van al die skole is gesterwe. Nou wil ons by u weet, het daar die persone met hulle poste gesterwe of gaan dit gevul word? Want die persoon wat nou op die oomblik daar is by al 3 skole, moet al die werk doen en is baie veel eisend. Hy moet die grond skoon buiteom skoonmaak en hy moet bedags die klasse vee. Ons was dankbaar vir die GSI's wat hy aangestel het, maar hulle tyd is ook nou verstreke, so ons wil baie graag hê, daar die poste wat daar was, moet gevul word. Die post-level 1 poste van onderwysers vat te lank om gevul te word. Die kinders se 3 maande sonder 'n onderwyser en dan verwag die district, die EDO's, die kurrikulum moet gedoen word. En dan moet daar ander onderwysers met vol klasse sit wat baie onregverdig is. Kyk daarna dat die poste gevul word.
Baie dankie mevrou Volser. Baie dankie. Baie dankie. Baie dankie.
Is nog nie klaar.
Ja. U kan al die ander punte net ingee by die petitions desk. Hulle sal dit verder vat, mevrou.
Good day. Sorry. Good day, Madam Speaker. I'm Susanna Machilis of Ward 9 in Dr. Bayes Odia. Willowmore. I've got only 2 points. Willowmore Senior Secondary School Hostel. Critical challenges of staffing has only 1 admin clerk on PSAL number senior housekeeping supervisor, no general assistant, do cleaning, laundry or grounds work, no security or night watch after retirement of staff in these posts. Apparently, norms for hostel staffing is not yet concluded. Thank you.
Yes, very important person that's coming up.
Honorable Speaker, my honorable leaders. I am Sipasake Mduma from Ward 10, the ambassador representing Sarah Partman.
Can surely do better than that. Every time she speaks, you must acknowledge. Yes, yes.
The challenges that we are facing in Ward 10, we are facing learning barriers whereby all departments of education need to stop progressing in learners from the from the early stages. Because okay. Since utata ebethetha apha, isikolo sam khange simentionwe, khange sivizithelwe. So into ebendizoyicela apha ugovernment wethu as education, ugovernment funeke ayeke into yokuba anyusele abantwana xa befike high school bafike basokolisa iititshala zethu whereby xa kufikelela ka grade 12 yayenzeka laa nto umntana ashotelwe 1%. Itishara zibafakelele kutsho government xa kufikelela ka grade 12 umntana akakwazi ufakelela la percentage. Sizathu sini eso? We are facing sexual abuse in school. Since we are facing sexual abuse ezikolweni zethu, utitshala uyakwazi uthi mna ndi-slow esikolweni akwazi uthatha advantage kuba uyandibona ndimncinci mna okokuqala ndimncinci. So ke ngoku utitshala uzandibona ndimile kanje ndizawucinga mhlawumbi kuba ndimdala. So utitshala uzoba nalaa nto umdala ndizawukhe ndithathe advantage kuye and kamani si-slow learner. Since sisi-slow learner khawume uyafuna upasa mos lo mntana, so mandithathe le advantage. Ndiphinde ezikolweni zethu ne sidinga ugovernment wethu aqeshe abantu abaklinayo because ii-toilets zethu seshiba ii-toilets zethu azimdaka and thina as abantwana xa funeke siye ezitoiletini zethu sifika kumdaka kwisisityifityhifi singakwazi nongena. And
that's your last point now?
Yes, Honorable Speaker. Yes, since mna ndisuka eKliplat mandithi ayaziwa incinci. So esikoleni zethu sibambalwa. Since sibambalwa i-nutrition yethu ihlile. And ke ngoku siphuma kamakhaya mohlukeneyo. Siyadinga i-nutrition yethu ithi inyuke kakhulu.
Nkosi kakhulu. Thank you. We've given some latitude because of the young ambassador.
Goedemiddag, Madame de Speaker. Mijn naam is Richard, ik is van Ward 12. Een van ons baie mees grootste probleme waarmee ons zit, heiliglijk is tekort aan personeel, non-teaching staff en teaching staff. Ons het tekort, want zoals die vorige speaker gesê, reserve die mensen met hulle poste. So met die gevolg, ons het hy is regtig wel 'n groot probleem vir ons. En dan is ons hostels, ons 2 hostels need regtig waar renovation because en ek sien julle was glad nie die portfolio komitee het glad nie Suid-Lewelse skool besoekie. So dit wil sê daar sal nie melding gemaak word in die report nie, maar dit is baie belangrik want 'n gesonde environment gee ook dan vir jou kind die moed om te kan studeer. Dankie baie.
Baie dankie meneer. So now we are moving to the PVAs to First Sundays River Valley at Edo. I hope that we have indicated to those, the officials there, only 2 questions per community member. We really need to make up a lot of time. Can we go over to the PVA in Edo, followed by the PVA in Makana?
balungise bathi Mike yazi ubancumela
okwam kukuripota intoba iskola transport hey inzima indaba mphathi ukuba ngabana abatata balapha ngoku bebenothetha inyani bafike abanye abantwana bemi ezitopini abathathwanga itransport iallocated abantwana bayi-35 whilst abantwana abakhwela itransport beyi-95 kwenzeka ntoni kuba bame ezitopini ngelaa xesha but bonke abazali babantwana baphangele umzali ucinga umntana usesikolweni kanti umntana usame esitopini. Do you think that i-pregnancy ayinawukwenzeka during that time? Do you think that i-rape ayinaze yenzeke ngelaa xesha because abantwana they were not at school in time? Why ugovernment ezawufuna i-service providers zesikolo athogqiba ngamonitarish ba kwenzeka ntoni? Bekufanele into uyaqondisisa kuthi bazali babantwana okokuba ni-happy nge-service providers ezi zithathiweyo. Abantwana bayayana esikolweni. This time around kubhalwa i-final exam. Those kids abekho esikolweni. Why ugovernment wethu esiqhuba ngolu hlobo?
Nkosi, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Next speaker. Thank you.
Umbuzo wami ibini kuphela. Indawo ngifuna ubuza u-department engaba undawoni ne-mobile classes ewayisithengise zona because iclass yethu is overcrowded. Eyesibini into ndifuna uyazi ukuba i-security usiqesha nini esikolweni sethu because isikolo sethu ziyaqhekezwa on a daily basis. Nkosi.
Nkosi, that's very good.
Mandizibuyisele kwakhona ngalemva kwemini. NginguJoyce Matthews Pakwa Ward 5 apha eMathamsa ngaphansi kokhansila uKhushek. Umnye owam umbuzo ku-department. I'm sure bayazifumana ii-reports ezithi abantwana bethu ii-drugs bangena nazo esikolweni. How come angakwazi into yobana makacele makenze indlela yento yoba amapolisa abe luncedo ancedisane nathi ngoba umntana uphuma endlini umazi into yobana akanazi-drugs kodwa ufumane i-phone call evele esikolweni ethi nangumntana wakho ephethe ii-drugs apha esikolweni. Enkosi.
Nkosi ma, thank you so much. The community members are very disciplined there. Yes, Tata?
Good afternoon. Njengomnonelelwa kaSkrish kaWard 6. Questions zami ziyi-2. Government uqesha nini non-teaching staff because izikolo zethu ziyavolunteer because kuthiwa akho as-allocatewanga i-post. Okwesibini ibuyiselwa nini imali ye-nutrition because since yakhathiswa nge-COVID imali ye-nutrition ii-numbers zabantwana zisahleli zizeza numbers but isakhathisiwe nangoku imali ye-nutrition sinalo crisis. Thank you.
Thank you. Last speaker.
Mna ndinguAsanda Snook eBishop Location kaWard 8. Ndicela ubuza mna kwi-department lokuba kwaba le nto kwezi tishara ziyekayo sithatha umhlalaphantsi bafakwa nini abayotishara abatsha because isikolo sethu eMhlophekazi Primary School phaya eBishop abantwana bayaphela abantwana basiwe eMadam Road ema-Inon bofunda i-Afrikaans which is i-Afrikaans yona si-end up e-high school sisokola because ngamaXhosa. Enye into e-high school xa ufika e-high school ndiyacela ukuthi i-department yenze sure ukuthi ilist yabantwana bazawuza kwinyaka ozayo ifakwa ngexesha because asisokola. Abazali abaphangeli abanamali bahlala nabantu noomakhulu babo abanamali yoqesha i-transport for abantwana bathi befika abantwana unyaka umsha ngoJanuwari imali ingekho funeka baqeshe i-transport. Please ugovernment makathathe indawo yakhe.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much to the PVA, the community members in Edo. Can we go over to the Makana local municipality, the PVA at Follies Ground? Can we have the speakers? 2 questions each, please. You may proceed, ma'am. We seem to be having a problem with the sound from Makana. We are just struggling to hear you, ma'am. No, now we can hear you. Please introduce yourself.
But singabahlali, we want to plead to government that ayiflawayo kwezi ndawo zethu.
We cannot hear. It's either you bring the mic closer to your mouth, or there seems to be a bigger challenge. In the first round, we had a clear sound from the Makana PVA. Is there any way that we can overcome that? Can we load the pre-recorded? And then we will just apologize to the community members that are lined up. We cannot hear anything from that side. Can one of the officials please test the mic there just to make sure?
Testing, 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 testing.
Yes,
Yeah,
now we can hear you clearly. We can hear you clearly now.
You can hear me, speaker, now. Okay.
Yes, I can clearly hear you. Can we have the speaker
Mic yakho
first speaker
ibamba
up?
ngomhlobo. Ibambe. Andizoyazi ke somlomo sohlukene phi kodwa bendithetha ndibulela ukufakelwa kwamacingo kwethu ezikolweni. Kodwa sisithi urhulumente makawulandele imali yakhe xa etyala kwezi ndawo. Kuba la macingo afakwa kungekho foundation. Kwaye ke ngoku ibe likham labantwana ukugrumba phaa ngaphantsi kwakunye namasela ukuze bafumane ungena apha esikolweni. Ingayisevi ke ngoku laa purpose ye-safety and security. Kwakhona somlomo siyacela singabahlali sithi kule nto yokwabiwa kweetishara ezikolweni sicela urhulumente akajonge olu hlobo abangalo kuba qho izikolo zethu ziqala kade uqala konyaka. Sicenga ukongezela ootishara inkethi ke ngoku le meko kwahlulwa ngayo okanye kwabiwa ngayo iitishara ayizincedisi izikolo zethu. Besicela urhulumente akhayijonge ukwenzela uba kungabikho ixesha esidala ngalo esigaba sokuphinda lifunde.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. That's your two questions. That's your 2 points. Thank you so much. Thank you. I know ex-teachers are educators are very, very passionate about their work in the community. Thank you. Over to you.
Molweni, Amanda hapa Ward 3. Sicela into yokubana ii-activities zibuye ezikolweni because abantwana baphela besitya ii-drugs ngoba kaloku abayiboni into abanoyenza ezikolweni. Sicela into yokubana i-LSA ziwenze umsebenzi wazo because abantwana baphela beba zii-drop out esikolweni. Abayi ngexesha xa abantwana benengxaki zokuba bengayi esikolweni. Okunye sicela into yokubana sakhelwe ii-libraries kwenzela abantwana babe nazo iindawo zokuya xa bebuya esikolweni.
Nkosi. Next one.
Molweni Somlomo, Ngiphela. Sendiphinda ngimele Ward 10. Ngicela ukuthetha ngezemfundo neqeqesho apha e-Eastern Cape. Uhleli kakhulu umgangatho wethu since 1994 apha e-Eastern Cape. South Africa yonke ne-Africa sisiza i-Eastern Cape kwezemfundo, ku-tertiary education naku-high schools, but ngoku singabanye abantu basemva. Sicela nike nenyuse ikawusi kuloo ndawo. Okwesibini, sicela itishara ziqeshwe permanently. Singabi netishara ezisebenza permanently ngokwe-contracts. Okwesithathu, besikunqwenela into yoba i-NSFAS anibhandlishwe. Ngohlobo asebenza ngalo ukuthi is-functional. So besicela u-NSFAS anibhandlishwe. Okugqibela, i-curriculum zethu sinqwenela into yoba zibe enriched because ngoku azikho enriched. Kangibasina umntana uphuma engazi into, umntana uphuma engasazi isiNgesi, umntana angaqesheki esikolweni.
Nkosi Tata. Thank you, Tata. Thank you so much. Can the Winnie, can you just advise the community members to speak to the mic? They must not move their heads. I know it's very difficult for us females. We usually speak with our hands, but once they move their heads, oh, don't laugh, man. Yeah, can we just adhere to that so that it can be audible? Otherwise, the MEC is going to find it very, very difficult to respond to those questions that community members have prepared themselves. Can we go back to the PVA?
Molweni, uthetha no Zandikaga waka Ward 2. I-topic le nina ndizothetha ngayo is that i-educational sector yalapha eMakana specifically ayinayo i-curriculum ye-agriculture from my understanding. And iMakana in general, it has a very big potential in the agricultural sector. My second point is directed to Ward 2 specifically. Ward 2, there are 2 early childhood development centers that have been under construction for the past 5 years. And they haven't been finished. And siyacela zigqityezelwe. Enkosi.
Thank you so much. Next one.
Manbulise Speaker, Andisa Meltasa eMakhanda, Ward 11. Sicela education encourage learners zenze pure maths, not maths lit. Kuba sifuna abantwana bethu babezi engineers ne pharmacists. Okwesibini sicela ukusupportwa kwi-early childhood development centers. Okwesithathu u-education asiqeshele itishara. Okwesine inye i-high school esinayo pha e-Ward 11 and accommodate bonke abantwana basemakhanda ngenxa ye-pass rate yayo entle, so sicela u-education asijongele yona loo nto leyo kwandiswe isikolo sethu. Enkosi Speaker.
Mandizibusele kuwe Speaker. Igama lami ndingufundiswa uHogu eMakana kaWard 5. Phaya kaWard 5 asinaso isikolo nephina. Naso i-high school ne-creche asinazo. Into ebangela loo nto abantwana bethu bayeke esikolweni ngenxa yobukude bezikolo esisondeleyo kuthi. Nabantwana baninzi kwi-drugs ngenxa yoba bayekile isikolo. Ndicela ke wena ke rhulumente usakhele isikolo phaya kaWard 5 kuba uWard 5 uyilokishi enkulu. Sikwacela kwananjalo uba urhulumente
Mandibulise usomlomo nabahlali. Ndingulungisile Madinda kwaWard 13. Ingxaki esinayo izikolo zavalwa i-farm schools phaya kwi-rural area. Isikolo sinye sise-Seven Fountains. Abantwana bahamba ngesikolo transport esiyingxaki. Urhulumente uyakusibuyisela nini izikolo kulaa ndawo yethu? Zibuyele ekuhlaleni izikolo. Okunye ingxaki asinazo ii-library zabantwana. Abantwana bethu phayana kwi-rural area abanazi-facilities ze-library. Enkosi.
Kostata. Last member.
Greetings, everyone. Kamalam Dongosnadi Sotot. First of all, I would like to acknowledge Department of Education for providing job opportunities for youth, which is EA and the EGA. However, we would really appreciate if these projects is permanent because if Department of Education sees the need banamaneke ilenduka ababantu for esikolweni, then there is no reason terminate the contract. Moving along, we security and safety. We would also like abantu abazuqeshwa kwizikolo to make sure the use of substances esikolweni is minimized. Thank you. Moving on, sicela physical education esikolweni, which is sport kunye ne-art. Kakhulu sicela instruments the art, which is marimbas and also other departments the sports. Thank
you so much.
Also,
thank you so much.
for the last time.
Next speaker.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Enkosi Somlomo ndiyazibulisela kuwe nesigqiba sakho intsana zakho enkosi. Uzoleka Qomisa ehlalani kaWard 9 eThuthwini. Ndiyaphakama ke njengomzali otyiwa entlungu. Ndicela ke Somlomo education wethu asingenelele apha kaWard 9 high school yethu I think i1. Ndicela ukongezelelo high school. Ndicela education wethu asiphe amandla asingene asicelele nje isandla asithathele amapolisa angenelele ezikolweni zethu because sinengxaki nabantwana bethu abatya i-drugs bethu nana singabazali. I'm one of them. Ndicela ke no government wethu angenelele asongezelele kwi-high school wethu into ezifana ne-social worker because abantwana bethu xa kwi-high school ko-grade 11 12 abanandawo yokhuphela baye bafuna abazali besibini nobesithathu esikolweni. Xa emoyika umisi aqonda uba noko ikhona i-social worker angacaba umntana ozawuthi acommit i-suicide because it's a high rate ye-suicide kabantwana xa bebhala.
Nkosi kakhulu Zoleka. Thank you. Thank you. That brings to an end the PVA session. Can we give a round of applause to all the community members for the engagement? Thank you so much, because if you had not worked with us, we would still have been here up until past 2 just asking questions. So thank you from my side for understanding. We will now hand over to the acting MEC for education, MEC Meth, who has got 15 minutes to respond to the matters that have been raised. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. Greetings to the Honorable Acting Premier, the Honorable MECs, the Honorable members, in particular the Honorable members of the Portfolio Committee on Education and the Chairperson, and all the people of Sarabatman, both here and in the PVAs. Honorable Speaker, So far, I've received, as an acting MEC, of course, about 7 responses, and I'm not satisfied. That will make justice in responding to the people's questions. And I want to ask for indulgence that to allow the Department of Education to give specific, detailed responses to the questions that were asked by the communities and be submitted to you so that you can give back to the people who were raising these questions. Generally, if we listen to the people as they raise their questions. Okay. Okay, Honorable Speaker, thank you so much. I'm saying generally, as you listened to the members of the communities raising their issues, you can hear that education is a societal matter. It takes all sectors and government departments, including the safety cluster, the issues of health, the issues of other, like your DISRAC, where we talk about even sports and social workers that talks to issues of the Department of Social Development. So I have about 7 responses, but I will talk to them and request that other detailed responses be forwarded to your office. On the issue of the school nutrition, we have a program that we are calling the National Schools Nutrition Program. We've got 1.6 billion that is budgeted, and that money goes straight to the schools. And there we are also engaging and pleading with the schools governing bodies and also communities to be creative in ensuring that people produce in their areas so that we don't depend in buying food from the chain stores, but the communities themselves can be able to produce fresh food so that we can procure from those cooperatives and all other projects that are producing food. In the issue of the employment of teachers, we are now employing teachers in all vacant substantive posts since June this year, and we have decentralized this function to districts. So there is work that we are doing in acknowledging that it took long to replace those posts that they are vacated by our employees through natural attrition, be it educators or even non-educator posts. We are looking at that matter. We don't rationalize schools, Honorable Speaker, where there is no scholar transport. So there are areas where, as we start to rationalize schools, we acknowledge that because of the shortage of budget, we can't provide scholar transport. And in such instances, we don't rationalize schools. If then there are areas where the parents or communities feel we have rationalized yet there is no scholar transport, we are requesting members to bring those areas forward for the attention of the Department of Education. On the skills development, we agree with the speakers who spoke here to say some of the learners, they are not academic, they would need technical skills if we are to also develop our economy. Hence now we've got a new curriculum where we focus on technical education. All teachers, assistant teachers to principals are employed by district directors to expedite the issue of employment so that learners are taught every day and are also able to bring services closer to the people. So those who need new schools, there is a process of applying through the district offices. As I said, Honorable Speaker, these are just few that I was able to be fed with by my HOD, but for now, there's a lot of areas that were raised by communities that I appeal to you that we forward responses so that they can be given back to the people who are raising these issues. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Acting MEC. That is unfortunately not going to assist us. Those the HODs and the departmental officials that are here must ensure that those responses are with you. So when during the debate that you can attend to it, you will find out that a lot of the issues that have been raised are already part of the report, because at the end of the day, it defeats the whole purpose of taking legislature to the people. I know you are only acting, and we thank you for taking on this enormous task for us. Can we then ask the Secretary to read the third order of the day?
Presentation of report of Portfolio Committee on Rural Development and Agrarian Reform on oversight visits to projects funded by the department around Sarah Batman District Municipality.
I now call upon the chairperson of the Portfolio Committee of Rural Development and Agrarian Reform, Dr. Bese, to present the committee's report with his committee members. They have got 15 minutes to do so. I'm sure it can be done in 10 minutes. Dr. Bese.
I'll wait for them.
As long as the first few are seated, then you can continue. I think you will also have a full house. Well done to Dr. Da.
Greetings to you, Honorable Speaker. Greetings to all the protocols that have already been established. Today I'm presenting on behalf of the Portfolio Committee for Dr. Da, that is Department of Rural Development and Agrarian Reform. In our pre-visit here in the Sarah Batman, we visited 8 projects. However, it was Wayside Farm, which is in Klipplaat, Grot Tafelkop Farm, Aberdeen, Lansfried Drift Farm, Somerset East, Swander Farm, Somerset East, Kariga Citrus Pty Ltd, Kargood, Cleveland Farm, Somerville, Sandys River Municipality, Howard Grand Farm, Grahamstown. Honorable Speaker, due to the time constraints, I will touch base findings as well as recommendations, and I will focus to the general recommendations and findings. I've got a message for the people of Sarah Batman. Sarah Batman is the capital city of Mohe Wool. Specifically, Dr. Beas Nodia is the city of Mohe Wool across the globe. However, it is your gold, just go for it. Finding B, stakeholders meetings. Finding B, the farmers do not have lease agreement for the farms, and this makes it difficult for them to get financial support or loans. Recommendation B, the department must work closely with the farmers and assist them to get the lease agreements for the farms. A progress report must be submitted to the committee within 30 days. Finding G, there is no school offering agriculture as a subject in the area, despite the fact that farming is highly practiced in this area. Recommendation G, the department must engage the Department of Education on the matter to ensure that agriculture is considered in the curriculum development for the area. A progress report must be submitted to the committee within 30 days. We are not saying the Department of Education must build a school. We know that we've got a problem of funds. However, agriculture should be inculcated to the curriculum of this part of the world. Wayside Farm findings. The farm was supported within a boundary fence, stock water, which covers 5 camps, and a dipping tank. Recommendations. The department is commended for this support, close monitoring and support to ensure that the farm development is recommended. Finding B, there is a challenge of stock theft and the wild animals kill their goats. Recommendation B, the department should work with the farmers to establish theft prevention methods, proper fencing of the farm to prevent these wild animals. This is further recommended. Grot Tafelkop Farm, finding A, the department the department has built for the farm a shed and provided them with a tractor, trailer, baler, and the firefighting equipment. Recommendation A, the department is commended for this kind of support. The farm must be closely monitored and supported in order for it to develop. Finding B, there is a challenge of stock theft and drought. Recommendation B, the department must work with the farmer and established theft prevention methods and a stock water system must be provided to assist during drought. Elan Street Farm. Finding C, the bills for water from the water scheme and the electricity are very high for the farmers. Across Isarabatman, farmers are crying for high billing, specifically in the farms. C, the department must prioritize the farm for the provision of the storage shed for the loosened produce. The department must assist the farm to get formal markets for the produce. The department must engage the water scheme and ESCOM to ensure that the farm is subsidized. Finding E, the farm needs boreholes to assist during drought, and the 3 available dams need desilting. Recommendation E, the farm must be prioritized for the provision of the borehole, and the 3 available dams must be desilted as soon as possible. A progress report must be submitted to the committee within 30 days. Let me go straight to Sonra Farm. The access roads to the farm is very bad. Finding A, recommendation A, the department must work with the local municipality and the Department of Roads and Transport to prioritize farm access roads through IGR. Finding D, the farmers cannot get funding or loan from the banks because the farm is not registered under his name and the lease agreement cannot be taken as a guarantee. D, the department must coordinate this matter and interact with DERRAT to fast track the process of handing over the farms. Let me now go straight to the general findings. Honourable Speaker, Howard Grand Farm, findings under Howard Grand Farm. There is a challenge of overgrazing due to high volume of infestation by the black wattle and other alien species that are actually affecting the grass there. Recommendation A, the department must, through land care program, assist the farmer with the removal of the black wattle and other alien species which compromises the grazing capacity. Finding B, the borehole in the farm uses the generator and the petrol is too expensive. Recommendation B, the department must assist the farmer in the installation of the solar panel that can reduce the cost massively. General findings. The state of the farm access roads is poor, which has a detrimental effect on timeous delivery of goods to the market. General recommendation. The department must, through IGR, engage the Department of Roads and Transport and the local municipality to prioritize the farm access roads. General finding B, there is a lack of program consultation between Dr. Da and DARRAT. To prevent duplication, the department must work hand in glove with the sister department in providing support to the farmers. The 2 departments' farmer support programs must be pulled in and unified, all those resources. Finding C, farmers do not have the lease agreement for the farms. The department must, as a matter of agency, address the provision of the lease agreement to the farmers. D, stock theft is a challenge in the whole area. The department should work with the farm to establish theft prevention methods. Honourable Speaker, last but not least, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Portfolio Committee for Dr. Da and also the support staff, Office of the Premier, of the MEC, Office of the MEC, and the entire management of Dr. Da for their support during the visit. I hereby, Honourable Speaker, table the report for the adoption purposes by this House. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bese, and thank you so much to the Portfolio Committee. Can we please give them a round of applause? They are full house. Thank you, honorable members, and well done, Dr. Bese. You've given us a few minutes. We will start now. Blue Crane, Mr. B. Vongo, Mr. N. Mbunge, Mr. M. Nkonyeni, Mr. L. Ninkolo, I hope I pronounced that correctly, Mr. S. Kaluva, and Mr. T. Komani, all men. Very interesting. Perhaps one or two of them should have been a miss or a missus. Can we please have the first community member speaking? Can we please have the first community member speaking? Come forward, introduce yourself, to the point asseblief. Baie dankie, 2 punte.
Okay, thank you, Madam Speaker. Ndibulise na kubaphathiswa bonke. Ngobunisi babo. Umbuzo wami.
Can the service officer just move out of the way, stand on the side, please? You are standing right in front of the member.
Okay. Umbuzo wami, Madam Speaker, kumphathiswa andimva ethetha nto nge-communities esizinikwa ngumasipala waseBrooklyn. And then ukwenzeka koku, those communities esizinikwa ngumasipala ikwazi dumping areas apho besinokuthi nxana sifuna ukuthengisa asikwazi ukuthengisa because abelungu bahlala besithi sifuya kwiindawo ezingekho right. So sicela into yobana sibe nevumelano sento yobana sikwazi ukufumana ifama njengoba besikade sizicela kakade, nto ke akho mpendulo ibuyayo. Enkosi.
Nkosi tata.
Ndiyabulisa Somlomo kumkholiswa kwaNkonyeni eWard 3 eBlue Crane. Okwam kuncinci nje ukuba njengoba le ndawo iyindawo ye-farming seyingaske kuconsiderishwe i-agricultural school apha eSarah Baartman. Eyesibini lento yokunikezelwa komhlaba seyingaske ibuye pha phezulu kominister iziswe apha kuPremier ukuze ibe nguye ozawunikezela ngomhlaba kumafama wethu. Enkosi.
Nkosi, very proactive, Blue Crane Municipality.
Oh, okay. Good afternoon, Speaker.
Good afternoon.
I'm Sonabile Kalova from Ward 5, Blue Crane. The farmers in my ward.
Can you just bring the mic closer to your yes,
Yeah.
no good.
The farmers in my ward, the crop farmers, they have challenges with water and land, as usual. And the livestock farmers have got the same challenge with land. And they say they lack communication and assistance from the provincial office and the local office. And they say that small-scale farmers have a challenge of becoming commercial farmers. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Next one.
Othethayo manibulise kakhona othethayo nguAnele Phithani, ndingumfama eBlue Crane. Ifama yami nguSonder Farm iseKlipfontein. I-challenges esinazo asizoba ninzi enzazibeka i-infrastructure number 1, because njengoba i-infrastructure yakhona ingekho right, asikho productive because sisecamke great fish and then amanzi akhona, but irrigation system is very poor, so we are unable to produce. And secondly, I think the thing that delays us the most is our title deeds. If we can get title deeds for those farms, we will be able to access funding, because the greatest challenge is the funds. And without funding, the farm cannot function properly. So if we can get the title deeds then we are ready to move forward because I think we have all the information we need to run the business.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Good luck with your farm.
Good afternoon, Madam Speaker.
Good afternoon.
Igama lami ngubongani Vongo, under iBlue Crane, phansi ko-councillor uZ Baskithi. I-challenges thina esifacing nazo phaka eBlue Crane. Thina silahlelwa imfuyo phana, and number 2 ke ngoku amacingo khona i-fencing yakhona i-low, it's too low. So ke ngoku abantu bayafumana access yongena pha efama. Number 2 ke ngoku abantu abahlala phaka ezafama bahle nje becomplaina ngamanzi nangombane. So ke thina besicela ugovernment at least akayenze nje i-research kuzo zonke iifama zapha eBlue Crane. Inkosi.
Inkosi bhuti. Next one.
Mandithathe elithuba lana namhlanje ndinguphumzile mna ndireplace uNgcingolo ndi-ward committee ka-ward 4 ndimele abafuyi kodwa i-challenge yethu phaa ePST-ni singabafuyi sifuna ukuncedwa ngamanzi, iikampi zethu azinamanzi. Siphinde kweyesibini sicela ukuncedwa ngento yokudipa ibhokhwe neenkomo, i-deep tank. Siphinde kwesithathu sicele ukuncedwa ngenokubiyela amacingo wethu. Singavuya kakhulu nxa sinokuncedwa ngaloo nto. Enkosi.
Inkosi Tata. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for Blue Crane, your community members, for working with me. Dr. Bayes Nodia, Mr. Kingsley, is it Freisenberg? Hoop ek dis reg. Mr. Trompies Jacobs of Jacobs, Mr. Boy Smith, Mr. Reginald Bester, Mr. Aviwe Bottoman, Professor Kangati, Henry Blow, Errol Rousseau, and Ntikelelo Johnson. Mrs. Nomvula Grootboom, and Mr. Joe Kobe. Kan ons asseblief begin? Kan ons asseblief begin met die eerste persoon? Vorentoe. Yeah. Over to you.
Goedemiddag. Ek is Kingsley Freisenberg van Aberdeen. Die probleem wat ons daar het, ons is backyard boere. Ek hou nie van die woord nie. Ons moet uitbrei. Ons grond, ons het tekort aan grond. En dan soek ons mentors vir die jeug. As jy boer, dan boer jy net vir die dief om te kom steel in die aan. Ons het nie tekort aan water nie. Ons soek ook 'n mark om ons goede te gaan verkoop. Dankie.
Baie dankie meneer Freisenberg. Volgende persoon.
Mijn naam is Trompe Jacobs, ik is van Ward 2 van New Bethesda. Goedemiddag, councillor.
Die mic, bring het op, daar sy praat.
Ik wil graag één ding uitvind bij Agriculture Ruling Development. Hoekom wordt naar New Bethesda de small farmers niet naar gekeken? Ons sapral gaat die afgelopen 10 jaar en die jeugd kan niet gehelpt worden. Wat moeten we doen omtrent dat? Dankie.
Baie dankie. Jongeling.
Kuaviwe Bottoman lo thethayo. Nandi ipoint yami yokuqala kuko ifama ekhutshiweyo. Yayikhutshelwe iyouth apha eErica. Sabhalisa ke yafika ifama ayanikwa nomnye kwiyouth yanikwa abantu abadala. Okwesibini apha eofisini ka-agriculture siyapha for ukutya kutsho masibhalise. Xa ukutya kufikile sixelelwa ukuba hayi awuzokunikwa kunikwa abanye abantu. Namatenke ne-stud drums, i-stud uis zinikwa abanye abantu. Enkosi.
Mandizibulisele kundlu yonke ngokupheleleyo. Igama lami nguProfessor Njengalwazi Xangathi. Ndiphuma ka-Ward 6 apha eGhafo. Mandiwabhekise kuwe Nkokheli Fundisile Bese. besicela i-department yenze i-auditing ngokuphinda-phindeneyo ba enyakeni ngoba lamasela eza officials aba izinto suppose ziya ekuhlaleni. Okwesibini besicela i-department ijongisise ngoba silulutsha lalapha eRhafu siya applya kula department but bunongena ngokupha uyawufika kugcwele libonde nelusikisiki nezinye kodwa umntana pha umbalwa. Inkosi kakhulu.
Inkosi Prof.
Goedemiddag, Madam Speaker. Goedemiddag al die hooggeplaasdes en gemeenskap. Ek is Jerry Rautenbach.
Bring net die mic nader en praat in die mic in asseblief.
Jerry Rautenbach van Wijk 8 in die Baviaans Kloof. Daar is geen dienste wat jy kan lewer as jy nie goeie paaie het nie. En in die Baviaans Kloof is dit so ongemaklik om die departemente daar te kry, omdat hulle nie daar wil ry nie, omdat ons pad onbegaanbaar is op hierdie huidige oomblik. En in Rietbron is dit dieselfde geval. Arme mense se voertuie kan nie hou nie. Ons wil net weet wanneer gaan die departement 'n plan maak om hierdie paaie op te gradeer. Baie dankie.
Baie dankie meneer Rautenbach. Next one. Volgende persoon.
Goedemiddag, speaker. Goedemiddag, allemaal in die huis. Allemaal wat mijn stem kan hoor. Mijn naam is Davidine van Sensie, Ward 10. Ik wil net graag voor rural agriculture vragen voor Dr. Da om assist die plaas kleinveeboere om hulle te assist in training. En dan ons die plaas Haddoet, dat die plaas Haddoet moet weer teruggee aan die gemeenskap. En dan so onze jong mense om meer trainings te kan gee en vir die jeug ook permanente werk te kan gee. Dat is wat ons soek in Klipplaat.
Baie dankie mevrou van Sensie. Volgende persoon, next one.
Medagana Pendlin. Umna ndingunomvula Samboko Grootboom. Disuka kwa Ward 11. Phansi ko-councillor u-Abraham Aris. Amafama anithumile basizokucela i-office eJanssenville ngoba asiyazi ivalelwe ntoni. Siyasokola ke ngoko naxa kufuneka sifumene i-officials ezazipha. Okwesibini sinabantwana abagraduateeleyo abasuka eGrootfontein pha eJanssenville kodwa abaqeshwa. Siyacela ijongwe loo nto ngurhulumente. Phaya siphantsi kwe-lease agreement kwii-communities zethu kodwa irente esiyibhatalayo ingapha komandla ethu i-12,500 ngonyaka. Nee-lease agreement zethu ixesha lazo lincinci kakhulu. Siyacela uba libonelelwe ngoba xa sijonga phaya eTVini sibona eza programs zasepalamente sibona kuthethwa ngo-30,000 kodwa thina sinikwa iminyaka emincinci apha ekuhlaleni kwethu. Asiyazi ke yenziwa yintoni loo nto. Siyacela xa u-agriculture esiza kuthi makatsale no-land reform or land affairs aze kuthi ngoba abahlali bayakhala bacela umhlaba amafama kungona bedevelopa i-interest yokufuya kodwa imihlaba ayikho. Kukho indawo phaya abathi i-meeting bezihleliwe neDoni kwindawo kuthiwa yaseDoni. They had the agreement ethi you can get some of the camps but the delay is with the public works. Bathi eminye imihlaba ibelonga ku-public works, so public works nguye funeka azokwenza i-hand over and yet abantu imfuyo yabo iyamosha ezilokishini zethu. Siyacela torhwana sincediswe ngugovernment kwimihlaba bajonge nabantwana bethu abagraduatileyo eGrootfontein baqeshwe nee-lease agreement zethu zithiwe xhaxhe nezinye torhwana izinto esawuthi sizithethe emacaleni zincedwe kakhulu. Nkosi.
Goedemiddag, speaker en gevolg. Het is een voorrecht om hier te kunnen praten vandaag. Ik praat namens Ward 9, bij ons Noordia, Wallomo. Ons grootste probleem
is...
Wie is
u, mevrouw? Wie is u?
Jacoba Dan.
Jacoba Dan.
Ja.
Gaan maar voort.
Ons grootste probleem is huurooreenkomsten. Zonder huurooreenkomsten kan ons niet befonds worden. Waterkracht is 'n groot probleem. Ons het geen water op die meengronde nie en daar kan geen produksie wees sonder water. En dan is diefstal, plundering by ons projekte wat reeds befonds is. Daarom vra ons asseblief om 'n heining. Asseblief. Dankie.
Baie dankie mevrou Dan. Is dit die einde van ja, dit lyk so dis die einde van Dr. Beyers nog hier. Kan ons dan oorgaan na die PVA toe? Can we get to the PVA in Edo please? As well as having the PVA ready for us in Makana. Let's hope we won't have the same challenges of sound. Can we start in welcoming the participants in Edo? You are free to speak. Please remember, only 2 questions. Over to yourselves.
Goedemiddag, geachte spreker. Ik begroet u in de achtermiddag. Mijn naam is Tommy Baartman. Ik is bij in wijk 3 in Valencia, Edo. In wijk 3 het ons gemeenschapgrond wat van ons weggenemen is. KK 113. Dat wat met gedevelopment was. In onze waard. Maar het is van ons weggenomen. Dan beweeg ik naar die private sector. Wat bedoel die wit eienaars, die boeren. Die boeren gebruiken ons zwart mensen om grond te krijgen en om voor waterrechten te tekenen. Maar ons krijgt niks daaruit niet. Hier is van onze gemeenschap wat op die plaatsen werkt, wat niks gekregen heeft niet, maar het zit net met certificaten wat voor development uitgegeven heeft. Dank u.
Baie dankie meneer Baartman. Next speaker. Yes, young one.
Okay. Greetings to you, Speaker, and all protocol observed. Greetings to you, Speaker, and all protocol observed. Before I announce the 2 questions, I would like to do just a minute of the scenario. The practicality is this. A cabbage now costs 50 rand. Pocket tapi cost 100 and something. This gives you a challenge or a scenario that says, zonke izinto zinyukile amaxabiso. I-resolution to kuloo nto leyo sicela thina kawathi for ePeterson uba u-agriculture to motivate young and old farmers by catering skills and training and resources, and also to agriculture to issue out leadership to young personnel and based in animal and plant production. Thank you.
Nkosi Bhuti, that's powerful. To the point. Yes, Mama.
Molo, Speaker.
Molo, Mama. Molo.
Ndingwa-Alistwana mna umna ndinento ezimbini endifuna uzicela. Into endiyicelayo kwi-legislature makazame ukuncedisana no-government bancedisane into yoba i-Sarah Baartman asinaso isikolo for agriculture. Kukho izikolo ezivaliweyo. Umzekelo phaka Ward 5 ebhek kwe-higher secondary school kukho 11 hectares ba umhlaba ukhona singenziwa into but zikhona central for agriculture. Okwesibini ne-lease for amafama aqalayo letter so that xa siya kwezi stakeholders nakwi-banks sikwazi ufumana ii-loans. Enkosi.
Nkosi Mama. Next member.
Mandibulisa chairperson yeparlament. Gama lam ndingupiti wakavelskit apha ade kaWard 6. Ndithunyiwe ke mna ke chairperson weparlament. Ndithunywe ngabantu abafuyileyo. Abantu abafuyileyo bathe mandithethe nje into zibe mbini. Ndibacelele apha kuni njenge-legislature. Abantu ke abafuyileyo bandithume eyokuqala umhlaba wokufuya. Eyesibini abandithume yona ngumhlaba wegadi. Zizinto ke abandithume zona zezo zimbini. Umyalezo endibathe mandiwuyaleza apha kuni yinto uba la office yakwa-agriculture ne-office yakwa-land affairs mayiyeke ukuzivalela nge-office mayize ebantwini. Ngoba ke kukulolu mthetho wawukhoyo okanye wawukho kwelaa xesha usithi the people shall govern. Mabangazivaleli bajikeleza izitulo kweza office babeze ebantwini. Enkosi ke mhlali ngaphambili.
Nkosi Tata. Molo Mama, you are the last speaker. Over to yourself.
Ndiyazibusela Madam Speaker. Kunye nabahlali baseSanders River Valley, mna ndinguVuyiswa Safiyani, ndisuka kwaWard 8 iNonbishipa, andawukhansila Nelisa Ngcambele. Okwam koku thina sinawo umhlaba, si-CPA yakhona, sinayo i-title deed. Sidinga ke ngoku ukuthi urhulumente makaze kuthi. Okokuqala amagosa awabonakali. While sine office enkulu elapha etown, but awabonakala wekho visible. Inkomo zethu ziyayabula ngoba asinazi camps zozivalela. Siyalwa namafama around us because of udepartment akakwazi ukuncedisana nathi. Okunye udepartment sicela akhayeke indoba amafama asakhasayo. We do have ibhongo lethu. They are registered stock farmers. But when it comes to subsidies, they are not catered. Okokuqala, items ezipha abazazi ngoba kushiwa idocument kokubaba. Mabaze bazofundisa abantu futhi bafundise nabantwana bethu agriculture so that banangabana kufikela kwixesha le development babe abantwana besethu befully skilled. Futhi we do have isikolo apha kwaWard 8 eSanders Sunland Farm School ivandaliziwe. We need i-departments uland reform kunye no-agriculture badibane no-education ngeza sikolo so that can be utilized as a-college because it's on our land. College abe-Sanders River, all the River Valley people bakwazi ubenefita kuyo.
Nkosi kakhulu mama. Nkosi kakhulu mama. Thank you so much to the PVA. We will now go over to Makana, local municipality, to the PVA at Follies Ground Indoor Sports Center. Over to yourselves at Makana.
Umnandi kunothando singatha award 10 imele agriculture. Sicela into kokuba agriculture athumele izinto wayesithembise ngazo. Samxelela into yoba iiyadi zethu zinkulu sinakho ukulima wavuma. Into ebangela uba sibe nomnqweno wokulima kukuba singasokoli sikwazi laa veji siyithengise. Sinesibhedlela apha ithemba sikwazi ezaa zinto zihlaza.
1 minute, 1 minute of the time, please. 1 minute of the time.
Sizise emaxhaqazini agulayo ukwenzela into yoba bahluthe abantu baphile. Sicela ke ngoku sincede asiqalele uagriculture asinike ezaa zinto.
Mama, atata, ndiyacela. So respect abantu abadala. So ndizofika abantu abadala.
Madam Speaker, Twingulikhaya Matebese apha kwaWard 5 eGrahamstown. Okokwethu sicela kuqala. Okokuba iDepartment ye-Agriculture ithi xa kukho amaphulo ale agri-processing yalapha erhini kuthiwa yi-chilies, ikhe iqiniseke into yokuba abantu bakuthi babhatalwa kakuhle. Kukwakho i-exploitation eyenziwa lelinye igxaxa apha kubantu abamnyama kula masimi alapha angqonge irhini. Elokugqibela, Madam Speaker, kukho i-backlog ye-land restriction program so that kungafast-trackwa i-lease agreement processes ukuze sizokufumana i-finances nee-loans. Thank you.
Ubeka ithemba Mabona, coming from Ward 2 up in Makana. From Ward 2 besine food gardening security sisiyenza pha ewadini. Sicela Department of Agriculture sincedise kwakhona ufaka esinye ihlanza and i-extend nalapha emakana yonke. Abantu bebezuza kakhulu kuye bebefumana ikiriva namatenki. Ngene kwenye yesibili sicela i-assistant in youth development ku-training kwabantu abatsha apha emakana abane co-ops for i-tropping and i-poultry farming. Sicela sifunyanelwe imihlaba ku-Department of Agriculture apha eMakani. Yena kweyesithathu. Doing my own
Nkosi Tata,
research
Nkosi
apha
Tata.
eMakani.
But you are finished with your 2 points now. Can you hand over the mic? Thank you.
Siyazibulisela kuwo wonke amalungu eshuniphekileyo waseParliament. Mina ndinguSive Maneli, ndiphuma ku-Ward 9 eHlalane. Sihlala sinengxaki kakhulu xa kusizwa kwezezolimo because sibonile kuphuma ikiriva, zonke ii-equipment zosebenza ezegadi, but akhange kufikelelwe kweyethu indima. So siyacela kakhulu nathi siyanqwena ukulima kwizikolo, sifundiswe nofundiswa kananjalo because I believe i-agricultural activities zinazo ii-courses zazo ekufanele abantu basiwa kuzo kuzokwazi ukondleka uluntu. Enkosi.
Ndibulise ku-speaker igama nguSizwe Mbunge vela ku-Ward 3. Kwinyanga ephelileyo ku-Ward 3 kuye kwafika u-Department of Agriculture ezo-introducer i-backyard garden program. Now ingxaki ne-backyard garden kuthiwe i-funding yayo will be available in the next financial year. Siyacela siyabongoza ke kurhulumente intoba kulo mzuzu basalindelwe lo funding sikhabe sifumana i-skill training, sifumana i-workshop so that abantu bonke jikelele nabantu bengakhange bachongwe for babe ipati yale program izo-introducer bakwazi ubenefit. Injongo zethu is to become a self-sustaining community apho uzakwazi nathi ugenerate izinto around thina, imali yethu ingaphumi ibheke ngaphandle ijikeleze community zethu. Okugqibela le umbuzo wona le into ibheka rural development. Years back kwaku-introducwe into yo-reinstate abantu behlala kwiifama ezi-surrounde ithini. Kuthiwa abantu abakhule kwezo ndawo iifama zabo bazazifumana ibezezabo. Now it's been over 10 years. Abantu abaninzi abakafumani impendulo. Besicela ke ngoku urhulumente asincedise ngokwenza uphando ubana ezo zicelo zaphelela ndawo na. Ndiyabulela.
Mandibulise igama lami Siveka Adam wakwa-Ward 7. Sicela u-agriculture sicela u-agriculture izo zakhe zingapheleli kwi-office azizise naseluntwini. And singabantu abatsha sine-challenge enkulu kufa kakhulu. Asiphangeli, so sicela u-agriculture asiprovide ngento ezininzi like i-training, yonke loo nto leyo. I-obvious ke indaba yomhlaba because asinawo umhlaba. Sifuna umhlaba asiprovide umhlaba sizokwazi ulima ne-tools. Enkosi.
Mandizibulisele umphathi weParlamente nabantu abahleli. Ndisuka ekhaya elitsha, ndimele ikhaya elitsha kunye neThemba, ndinguShayeli Nxebeya. Thina iproblem yethu phayana kwelaa cala lethu asinazo indlelo apho sisakhona imfuyo yethu. Also sicela le program eye ibe khona inikezela amatanki, ii-tools, imbewu ike ifikelele nakwelaa cala lethu. Nathi sikwazi uba sinezinto esizifumanayo sizokwazi ukukhulisa indaba ye-agriculture. Also sicela u-agriculture asithethele nale department idilishana nemihlaba. Sibe nako ukuphiwa imihlaba sizokwazi uzibona nathi siyakwazi ukusebenza. Enkosi.
Mandibulise kwakhona ulungisile Madinda, ndisuka kula area yaseSalem. Sinefama phaya ziyi-17 phantsi ko-restitution. Siyabulela ku-Department of Agriculture ngokusincedisa kulaa ngingqi. Kodwa ingxaki esinayo yi-CTA management ekungafumaneki izikills zokukwazi ukuphatha i-CPA and urhulumente uthatha ixesha elide ukusincedisa. Siyacela urhulumente asincedise kule CPA Management Act ka-1996. Kwakhona ndicela ukuba urhulumente ancedise uagriculture ukuba afumane iibhaki zokuhamba aye phaya efama emafameni la asebenzayo kunokuhlala eziofisini. Ngoba imoto ezikhoyo azikwazi ukuhamba kwezaa ngingqi zethu. Ngaloo mazwi ke ndiyabulela kakhulu. Zizinto esicinga uba singancedwa ngazo ukuze sikwazi ukuphumelela sisaplaye uMakana municipality. Ndiyabulela kakhulu.
Thank you so much, Tata. Can we just understand who are the other speakers now? Because you are not on the list. Which wards are you representing?
Greetings to everyone. My name is Lubabalo Sopujo. I come from Ward 6 here in Makanda, representing the farmers. Inganga nintsibazayo, all protocols observed. As farmers here in Makanda, we need help from the Department of Agriculture due to infrastructural development. Umzekelo, ukusuka ku N2 going to straight our farms, you have a gravel road which is full of rocks and nemingxunya. So when you reach to our farms, we have no gate, we have no fencing, we have no water source, we have no sheds or houses. So, for example, I'm talking about the Glen Craig for reefs here in Grahamstown. Number two, we want the Department of Agriculture to work hand in hand with us as the farmers. Hence, we have our committee, which represents the farmers in Grahamstown and also represent the farmers in different farms or in our respective farms. Now, due to our farms being underdeveloped, some of us are living with disabilities. Some of other farmers are living with disabilities, but they don't have any access to go to the farm. It is 3 kilometers to our farm, which does not have any gate or fencing. Now, lastly, we want to work together with the department. Whenever they have farming development strategies, they must work with the committees and not work them alone in their offices, and also they must work with us as the committee of the farmers. Thank you.
Nkosi kakhulu, Tata.
Honorable Speaker and the entire legislature, good afternoon. Rami Konga, the Councillor Makana Municipality, mine is to convey the word of gratitude for the session that we had today with your legislature. We are very grateful on behalf of the municipality, and hopefully we are again going to meet in this session tomorrow where we'll be dealing with other departments. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Nkosi kakhulu Makana local municipality. Thank you so much. Councillors on the ground. Can we give a round of applause to all the participants? Well done. We will now hand over to the MEC to respond to us. MEC Pieterse from Dr. Da. You've got 15 minutes starting now. Thank you.
Enkosi Somlom. Manibulise kuwe
Mamelan kaloku bahlali ndiyafuna kwakhona
ndibulise ku
Perhaps they want me to say order. You may proceed, MEC.
Premier kumalungu onke endlu yowisomthetho nakubahlali bonke balapha eSarabat bana bakhoyo apha ekwamkeleni imibuzo ebibuzwa apha Somlomo. Masiqale kule yoba commonages belong to municipalities, and as the department we are interacting with the municipalities and making sure that they make commonages available, and also we're encouraging municipalities to monitor the commonages, as well as working together with the departmental officials in monitoring the commonages. And also on the issue of land, because that is a general Baie dankie. Access to land. That is a general problem here. We encourage communities and farmers, all those who are interested, to apply when DALRAD issue out adverts, because they do buy land, they do have farms, and they do advertise those farms that are not utilized, so that they make applications. But will also raise the issue of the shortage of land in Sarah Parkman with the minister, so that they take all the farms that are not fully utilized in Sarah Parkman. Madam Speaker, there are farms that were bought by DALRAD, but they are not fully utilized by those who were given the farms. And the DALRAD was taking stock of all those farms and assessing them. They are in the process of taking them back because they were on lease for 10, 20 years. Already. So they're in the process of taking back those farms and allocate them to farmers that are working, because we can't run away from the fact that there are briefcase farmers. And here we're not talking about briefcase farmers. We're talking about farmers that are on the ground, that are doing the work. It's for both, for cropping and for livestock. But on the issue of stock theft, that is a problem, Honorable Speaker, and we're working with the Department Yakwa Safety to make sure that we deal with the stock theft. Kodwa alisoze isela liyokuba eKukaus lingasebenzi nomuntu waseKukaus. There's always a local person that is working with the thieves. So communities also must come on board and work with the Department of Safety. And on the issue of the water is a challenge, but those who have farms need to apply to the Department of Water and Sanitation for water licenses. And those who do not have farms, they utilize the water that is provided by the municipality. But we also assist farmers with water tanks, those who have made applications. So we encourage also farmers to apply to the department. On the issue of the non-visibility of the officials, what I know is that officials are visible unless we can be told in this specific farm they have never seen officials, but we'll make sure through the district director that those that do not go out of their offices and visit farmers, they do so. And we, as the department, we assist farmers with fencing, and will encourage the ones that we're speaking here to submit their applications to the department so that they can be assisted in the issue of deep tanks. Because if government is going to put an infrastructure, you need